I was recently asked how I make client videos and YouTube videos, what equipment I use, that kind of thing. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you that entire process in this video. As you know, I like to keep things as simple and easy to use as possible. So my setup is pretty basic. I use this webcam, the Logitech C922, for recording anything with my face. I also use this newer ring light. I use this Shure mic. This is a recent investment I made. So I recently upgraded to this. I know it's not the most affordable for everyone. This is sort of the in-between of the Shure mics. Before that, I used the Samsung Q2U. As you see, significantly less cost. So it's great if you're on a budget and just looking to get started. As you see, I bought it twice. I actually bought it 4 times because I traveled and I left it and I managed to break it on the way. So I've purchased this mic a lot and it's done me well over the years. So if you're on a budget, this is a great one to go for. The other tool I use is Loom. So I love Loom. It's great for recording videos for your clients. It's great for recording YouTube videos. It's great for anything. It's really not expensive and it does so much of the work for you. It's even got a built-in editing software, although I use iMovie for editing. Now, if you're not an Apple user, as I said, Loom does basic editing too. And so does Canva, which is where I create my thumbnails. So we're going to go through the whole process, but those are the main tools and pieces of equipment I use to record videos. Now, when you sign up for a Loom account, you can come to the top right hand corner and you'll see here you have the option to download the mobile app, install the Chrome extension, which is this icon up here, or download the desktop app. So if I pull this out, you see that right here. And you'll see here you have the option to create a new video, create a new folder. You can see your insights. And if I come down here, these are some of the videos I've recorded. To record a video, you just click on the extension. It will give you your settings as to what mic you want to use, which camera you want to use, if you want to just share your screen or if you want to show your face as well. This is a video I've just recorded, so let's click in here. And you'll see I have a number of options. Now here where it's got all these emojis, comments, and record a comment, this is great if you're sharing your videos with clients because they can come in and respond or engage or say thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, I didn't understand this bit, can you explain again? So I love using this for clients, but I can also record my YouTube videos on it. And it gives you the option to review transcript, which is great, especially for accessibility purposes. Video preferences, so you can come in here and show what you want to make available. So do you want it so that people can add comments, or maybe you don't want to include that? If you want to edit your video, some basic, very, very basic editing software where you can just edit out certain parts. You can come in here, you can hit split again, and then that bit in the middle you would just hit delete on anything you wanted to delete, and then you could save changes. If you want to add a call to action, you can do that too. So again, this is great if you have this on your website and you have it embedded. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Say you have it on your about page and you want to put this section as view services, you can then link through to your services page. You can adjust the color to your hex code, and that's a great extra call to action to include on your site. You can also change the thumbnail. So here you can drag and drop the thumbnail and you can choose whether it's animated and if you want to use this for all settings. Now there's a couple things you can do here. I tend to download it and edit it in iMovie. So to do that, I would click these 3 dots and hit download. If I want to just share this out to a client, to maybe I'm showing them something or giving feedback, I could just copy the link and then I could share it with them. The other thing I could do is I can embed it on my website. So I have my about page and my home page. I have them as Loom videos that I've embedded, and I've done that to encourage the interaction. I want to get a good feel for the analytics of who's viewing it. I also want to see if there's any comments or anything that I can do to improve them. So you can hit embed, and you would just copy the embed code. You would go to your website or wherever you want to share it, and you would use the code block and paste it in there. If you're using Squarespace, you can also share it out to social media here, which is just going to link it, and you can see you can adjust your privacy settings as well. So that's just a basic overview of Loom and how I use it to record my videos. I just make sure it's a camera focused one if I'm recording my face, and if it's for the screen recording, I'll do that. Sometimes I'll do both as well. Now let's say you want to add an intro and or an outro to your video. You can do that by coming into Canva, selecting create a design at the top, searching for YouTube and clicking on YouTube intro. Now you'll see your navigation on the left hand sidebar. You can build it up yourself by adding a background, adding some text. You can upload your photos or you can use some of the stock images here. You can also upload audio and video files. So if you have those elements, you can do that. Or you can use the different options in Canva. Some will be free, so if you scroll over and you see this free version, that means you can use it without having a pro plan. If you scroll over and see this little crown anywhere, this little yellow crown or this crown, it means you need a pro plan to use it. Alternatively, you can pay for an individual element. So if I just wanted to use this video, I could pay $1 and use it for 24 hours. But if you're in a position to pay for the pro plan, I highly recommend it because you just get access to everything. It's a little bit easier. So if we click on templates, this is a shortcut in that people have already pre-made these designs and they all look great. So you can find one that you like and then customize it to your brand. So let's say we select this one. Now, I really like this, definitely doesn't match my brand, so we can make some changes to customize it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put module 1. We'll pretend it's for a course. Now this is way too big, so I'm going to stretch it out and I'm going to pull it down. I could also change the sizing up here. And if I wanted to, I could add some text effects. So I could add a drop shadow, something like that. Now I might change this text out too, so we've got that. I might get rid of these hearts because it doesn't really fit for me. And then I'm going to change this background to my branding, so I can just click on a brand kit that I've created in Canva, or I could come up to this plus icon and paste in my hex code. Now I see instantly that some of the elements don't work, so I'll have to click and change the color of these two. So let me check rose gold for that, and we'll do that here for consistency. And then say I want to add a laptop or something down here that's relevant to website design. I can just search under elements for a laptop. So if we come here and I can find one I like, I can either find a static one or an animated one. I'm going to go for this one. I can just drag this down in here like this. And then I obviously want to change this image in here. Now I can upload an image of myself just by clicking upload and uploading it. I could record myself. This is a newer feature in Canva, so I could do that and add a video in here. Or I can just search for a stock image. So let's use laptop again. We'll select the video tab and I'll find one I like. Maybe I'll pull this one in. So I just dragged it into the frame, double clicked, and I'm going to reposition it here. I'm just going to pull it out slightly. And then the other thing I want to do is make this shorter because we don't need a 30-second intro. So we'll click here. And then I'm just going to make this smaller, and I'm going to find the part of the video that I want to show as well. You'll see I can see the seconds as I do this. So that's 7 seconds. Let's bring it down to sort of 3 seconds. Perfect. And I can hit play and see if I like that. I do like that. Oh, I need to change this text. So I can also change the font type if I wanted to. Scroll down here. Again, anything with the crown is a premium feature. I'm going to come in here, I'm just going to change that to this, and then I'll have to reposition it so that we can see everything. I'll do this and I'll make this smaller. And there we have it. So if I hit play now, you'll see I have intro. And again, like I said, you can either search for audio and you can pull that in here. So we could search for any sort of file. We scroll down, audio. And I can either pull it into the clip so that it only adds to the clip. But if I add a new clip, you'll see it stretches out. And I can always pull it back and say, no, I just wanted it on this first slide. So there's a lot that you can do with Canva. And then when you're done, you're just going to hit download and then make sure the file type is MP4 and then hit download. And you have your intro. And this could be used, like, as I said, for anything. If you're creating course videos, if you're creating client videos, and or you want a video for your website, or if you're making YouTube videos. If we add a new page now, you would create a new file for this, but you can also search for outro. So if we search outro, there's a number of templates that you can use in here too. So you can search, find one that you like and click on it. Say we click on this one. I can also go under elements and search for something like subscribe button, and I can look for one. So let me just pick this one for now. And I can animate this so that it stands out and kind of encourages people to take the action. Could scroll down, put that here. And again, it would be the same thing. Once I'm done, hit download and then MP4, except I'd only want to export the second file because this is going to go to the end of my video. And that's how I create intros and outros for videos. It's great because once you've customized it to your branding, it looks totally unique to you, but it's very easy to create and you don't need to have a ton of skills to do it. Now let's edit the video together. As I said, I use iMovie, but there's a ton of different options. You can use Filmora, Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, ScreenFlow, Loom itself. Find the tool that works for you, not the other way around. So these are the other clips from this video that I'm recording, and I'm just going to drag them in order. So we started with equipment, and I'm going to pull this toggle down so that I can make it smaller. Then we're going to do the intro and outro, and the next part of it would be this part you're watching now, but I can't add that just yet, so we're going to add this. Now I like to always start on a cross dissolve transition at the beginning and end, so I'm going to drag that in first. I just find that to be easier, and then I'm just going to click on the clip and I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to play it, and every time I make a mistake or I need to cut something out, I'm going to find that bit of the video, and I'm going to hit Command and B to split the clip. You can also do it by going to Modify and Split Clip, and then I'm going to find the section where I stop making the mistake and I need to edit it out. Do the same thing again, Command B or Modify Split Clip, and I'm just going to hit Backspace to delete that section. And I'm going to do that all throughout until I find all the mistakes are gone and I'm happy with how it looks. Cut any unessential parts out. One trick is if you leave a long pause after you make a mistake, it makes it really easy for you to just say, okay, this is where I need to Command and B and I need to delete this section. The other thing you could do is if you snap your fingers or clap, it creates this spike in volume, and that tells you, okay, this is where I need to edit. So that can save you a little bit of time. So like I said, you do this for the whole thing. Once you're happy with it, you can then add your intro and your outro. So I have my own intro and outro here. So I'm just going to grab, this is my little file of assets. So I have my intro, which will go at the start. This is the second part of my intro. It's like a mouse click. And then I have my outro. So I'll add that here. And I add a cross dissolve before the outro, before I go into the video, and at the beginning of the intro and the outro. So I would add another one here and I would add another one there. Now you'll see I also have another couple of things. So I've got my mouse click. This is for this section here. So if I come on here, you see that it kind of, I want it to click so it sounds like the play button is clicking in. And then the other thing I've got is this YouTube music that I found. This is copyright free music. This is my intro music, and I usually bring it down all the way down to about 7% or 6%. I pull it over until it's the beginning of the video, and then I use these little toggles here to just pull it in, so this will fade in to the highest point, which is usually here, and then I usually fade it out, and then I copy Command C and Command V to add it again, except I'm going to add it to my outro. And the difference is usually here, I'm going up and I'm just fading out. So that's my YouTube music. That's a really quick way of doing it. I do have to sit and listen and make sure I get it right, but that's the basics of how I do it. Now this mouse click and this YouTube music, I got this from YouTube by searching for copyright free music and sound effects free. So this is just one example. I can't remember if this is exactly where I got mine, but if you search for the copyright free and check you have permission to use it, it's fine. Same with YouTube music. There's a lot of channels offering free background music. There's also a number of videos showing you where you can get that. And maybe if I click on video effects, this is where I got mine. Yeah, so this is where I got mine, Gaming Sound FX. And then I want to also draw your attention to Zen Buster Music, which is created by Roberto Blake, and he has openly said like you can use this content on your vlogs. He's even working to get a license so that if YouTube ever says anything, you've got a license to show that you can use it. So that's a couple of places you can go. There's also Epidemic Sound, Music Bed, places like that where you can pay a subscription to use their music. So you can do that if you want to as well. That's great if you're changing the music up for every video. Now to create a thumbnail, same thing, come into Canva, select YouTube thumbnail. And you can use any of these templates here and build out your own using the different elements. The way I do mine is really simple. So I just come to elements, I select a rectangle, I change the color to match my brand hex code, I pull it over. I then search for a frame. Position it to the back. And then I'm going to add a title of my video. Just position it here. And then I usually upload a picture of myself, my logo, and then the Squarespace logo. So let's do that real quick. And a tip here is when you're taking these photos to upload for your thumbnails, take a bunch with a bunch of different expressions, because then you can just reuse them, which is what I do. So click on my logo, just make this smaller. I've started to not even include this because it's really tiny. Move it over, I pull my image in, and then I just double click to reposition it. And then I add the Squarespace. And it's really basic, but it works for me. I might adjust this picture a little bit, move it over, so that works better. And then once I'm done, I just hit download, and this time I usually download it as a PNG. And then I can just upload that either on YouTube or in Loom. Thank you so much for watching, my friend. I hope that you found it valuable. If you did, give it a thumbs up. There are links to everything I've discussed in the description below. But if you have any questions that you want to ask, or you're not sure about anything, or just want to leave a comment, I want to encourage you to do so. I read and respond to every single one of them.